Hey, welcome everybody. Good Monday afternoon, August 29th. Coming to the end of summer here with my good friend Scott Rajoppi, Senior Director of Administration and Connections Ministry at Millington Baptist Church. Good to be with you today, Scott. You're a busy guy, so thanks for taking a moment to be with us on the weekly video today. How you doing?
Absolutely. Doing okay, Pastor. Thanks for the invitation.
Awesome, awesome. Can you believe it's the end of summer? Are your
Yeah,
kids going back to school soon, and your wife going back to school soon, and everybody's kind of kicking into gear in your house?
they are. They're already gearing up. I can't believe it. Yeah, the summer just flew by. It was a good summer. It was an active summer, not without its challenges, but certainly flew by.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so they are gearing up. Yes,
Well, all good things must come to an end.
it's true.
There is some wonderful warm weather still in reserve for us in September in New Jersey. It tends to be a rather delightful month to spend some time outside. So not a bad season we're coming upon here.
No, it is a great time of year. This is my favorite time of year in terms of weather. I actually like the transition from the warm to the cool, despite having to close my pool. I do like the sweatshirt months.
Yeah, yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
So if you're watching online, let us know. Are you happy that we're coming into fall, or are you sad that we're coming into fall? We'd love to know that you're here watching us today. Thanks for tuning in. Speaking of the fall and the harvest season, we've been going through this series called The Fruit of the Spirit here at NBC, and we've been taking one aspect of the fruit per week and digging into that, really a deep dive on each of these characteristics. And so yesterday, we talked about the topic of the fruit of the spirit being gentleness
Mhm.
being strength under control. That's not a characteristic that comes very naturally for me. Scott, did you get a chance to be with us yesterday for our worship service and yesterday's message? Any impressions from you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I tend to agree with you, Pastor. It's not one that comes naturally for me either. As I look down the list of the fruit of the Spirit, there are several there where I know that there's certainly a maturation process. It still needs to play itself out, and gentleness certainly is one of those areas that sometimes eludes me. I tend I tend to be a little bit rigid in my thinking. I tend to be a little controlling in my thought patterns, and so sometimes anything that takes me outside of that can frustrate me. Anything that I perceive as an inconvenience can take me outside of that, and it sometimes prevents me from being as gentle as I need to be, particularly with those close to me. So yes, it was a wonderful message, Pastor, in that it reminded me that there's quite a bit of work that needs to still be done in me.
Well, you know, I could just multiply that times a million for me. Sometimes the Lord assigns me topics just to laugh in the heavens about who's going to be the one delivering these messages. And, I said to my wife, Julie, hey, guess what topic I have for this coming Sunday, and I think she said no comment. So,
Yeah.
one of the areas that does not come naturally to me, but yet I so appreciate and I admire that when I see it in others, and I want that fruit to grow in me. So hopefully that was a blessing to you. I did want to just briefly recommend again a book that
Mm,
I mentioned during the service yesterday called Gentle and Lowly. It's
mhm.
a wonderful resource by Dane Ortland. It has been such a blessing in my life. It just drives you into the heart of Christ, and it's so rich. You could just take like a chapter in your devotional time in the morning, and you'd have enough to fill up your time with the Lord for a good couple of months. It's just a wonderful resource. So check that out.
Yeah,
And that will help produce gentleness, I think, in us as well. So
for
next
sure.
week, we're wrapping
Yes.
it up. We're almost done with this series through the fruit of the spirit with self-control. Johnny Graves is going to be bringing that message. We're looking forward to that. And then we
Definitely.
start our fall series on the life of David through First and Second Samuel. So we're so excited about that.
Mhm.
Scott, in the middle of all of this fall planning and It's been a busy summer of ministry as well. You know, there's connections, there's summer adventure, there's mission trips, there's stuff happening.
No
You've
doubt.
been very busy organizing and administering some some of the contractors that have been working hard on our fellowship hall. So I thought it would be kind of fun
Yes.
today if you could give us a little update, maybe a
Sure.
tour.
Yeah,
So are you able to bring us down there and see what's been going on?
I believe I am, Pastor. Let's see if we can make this happen. I'm just going to go ahead and remove myself here from my desktop space, and I'll take a little walk downstairs and hopefully show some folks what we've been up to down in the fellowship hall. It's
Great.
exciting.
All right,
All
good.
right, let's see if we can
While
make this
Scott's
happen.
getting set up, I'll just remind you guys that about a year ago, we had a terrible flood that came through our area in the very beginning of September. And many of you maybe were affected by that. And obviously, we got a lot of water that came into our lower level of our main sanctuary building, which essentially flooded out Fellowship Hall. There was offices down there. The library was down there. The kids' nursery space was down there, and the classroom space was down there. And so, unfortunately, there was significant water damage, and it was a little bit of a mess to clean up. But making the best of things, what we decided was to take this opportunity to renovate and see what's going on. So, Scott, are you down there? Can you show us the progress? What's been going on?
I can. Can you hear me, Pastor?
Yes, I can hear you well. So, give us a little tour. What's happening down there?
All right. So let me show you around. Um, of course, the space is not complete, although most of the construction is complete. We still obviously have some tidying up to do. You can see there's some things down here, some tools and some things that have to be put away and put in their proper spaces. But we're just really excited about how this all came together. You can get a pretty good feel as to what the space might look like, but I can share with you a little bit more about our vision by just giving you an idea as to what this layout is eventually going to look like. So over here, Pastor, in this area, what has typically been known as our cafe area, you'll see the beautiful shiplap up on the wall.
Wow,
And
that looks really sharp.
yeah, it came out really nice, and so many people have commented on just how much they love what we've done here. Please excuse the plastic wrap and ladders that are in the way. And of course, there's going to be some decorative wall art, some creative things that we're going to do with our space to delineate the different areas. But we hope to utilize this space as just kind of a general gathering space for folks to just enjoy meaningful conversation and come together and just be together and enjoy one another's company. And then over here, you'll see this space. This happens to be our new missions wall. And I was just talking to some folks from the team this past weekend, and they put on order a world map that is actually going to be displayed here with some interactive display. We're not exactly sure how that's going to work now, but we'll have an LCD here with some information sharing about our world partners around the world and those that we support that will share the message of Christ all
I
around the
love the
world.
colors there. That looks really cool.
It came out really great. And so we're excited about that as well. And over here, this is typically what's been known as overflow. So we'll have a space here if we need to make some room for some folks or give folks an informal space to come and enjoy the service. This will be that area as well. Of course, we're bringing in all new equipment. You'll see some of that has already been installed over here in the corner.
Nice.
And this is really nice because it's readily accessible. And
Mhm.
so we'll be able to get to our unit if in fact we have to make any changes. And so we're excited about that. And please keep in mind that we're going to have some movable partitions that are going to be able to create different spaces here so that if somebody was looking for more private space over here, say over by the missions wall, which we're kind of calling our study area, they'll be able to pull those partitions over there and have a private conversation, perhaps even while other people are enjoying the other spaces.
Wow. Can we take a peek in some of those rooms over there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's going on over there?
So over here, we have some additional storage. Storage has always been tight. And so we made a place for us to put away some tables and chairs and some other supplies if necessary. So we've created a little bit larger space for that. And over here,
I like that pump back there. That makes me feel good.
Yeah, that has helped us tremendously to avoid the water problems that we've had historically. And so we're happy to say that we've been bone dry ever since that big storm last year, which unfortunately was the catalyst for all of these changes. So this is something that Pastor Bob obviously is going to be very excited about. We're actually all very excited about it, but Pastor Bob wanted to create a space where he can come and do his podcasts, where we might be able to do some promo videos, that kind of thing. So this is going to be like our podcast recording studio. You'll see that we put some really nice insulation up on the windows. This space has been especially constructed and been given careful attention to eliminate some outside noise so that we can have a very meaningful space, sound space, no pun intended, to do that kind of work.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
then
I know it's a long walk, but would you be willing to go all the way over to the other side where we have some new kids ministry spaces?
Absolutely. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I turned on some lights earlier so that I could show that to you.
Nice.
And this is something that our NBC Kids director, Rachel Rickershauser, and her team, Lenore, have been working on. You can see that we have a brand new bathroom space here. We're really excited about that. Everything's
brand new bathrooms. Very cool.
And just such a beautiful carpet that they picked out for our space here. Nice and soft and cushy for those youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course they've got some new supplies here that we're going to have to put together in the coming days to prepare this space for our little ones. So we're really excited about this as well. All of the lighting's been updated. We have the ability to dim the lights and to create different environments down here. So we're just really excited about what's happening down here in Philadelphia.
All new ceiling, right?
Whole new ceiling. Yeah, let me see if I can give you a little bit of a look. So we went to the 2x2 tile, which gives it a much different feel, a cleaner look. And then again, we have the ability to create so many different lighting scenarios. Our good friends from Panavid have come in and paid careful attention to just how the projection is going to interact with the space. So a lot of good hard work has been done in order to make sure that this space is going to serve us well in the days ahead. So we're really excited.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the tour. Hey, Scott,
Sure.
I'm just going to mention a couple things. One of them is near and dear to your heart that are happening in the life of our church about the shared interest groups.
Yes.
I wonder if you could flip your camera around on yourself and share a little bit about what are these shared interest groups that we're launching, and how can people express an interest to be either part of them or lead them, and what's the next step for people for the shared interest opportunity?
Yeah, so I'm trying to flip my screen around here right now, and I see the icon for it, but for whatever reason it's not it's not allowing me to do it. But let me
Maybe you could
share.
just explain.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, the shared interest group is a vision that we had going back to the spring of this year. Basically, it's the ability for folks to just share interests with us that would be interests outside of the Sunday morning worship experience. Obviously, on Sunday mornings, we all come together to enjoy listening to God's word. But there's so many things that we like to do with our church family outside of that Sunday morning experience. And so the shared interest survey was something that we wanted to create for folks to be able to tell us what they like to do outside of the church the church experience. And so we've had 24 distinct and different groups
24.
represented.
Can you give me 2 or 3 examples of those? Like, what would that be?
Absolutely. We've had everything from arts and crafts down through woodworking. So A to Z, really. We have those that enjoy dining out, theater, dancing. We have folks that enjoy camping, RVing, sports and recreation, beach days, hiking, biking, jogging, things like some folks even put down Bible memory verse, their photography, droning. There's been so many different diverse and various groups that are represented. We're just so very excited that so many people responded. We had over 95 individuals and families respond to our survey. And of course, folks that haven't yet participated in that survey still have the ability to do that. And so we've been compiling that information. What we're looking for now specifically are folks that are interested in helping to organize those informal activities. And so many have already stepped forward. And what we did was we created an email and sent that out to all of the respondents, including those that have already indicated their interest in helping to organize those activities. And so we're receiving those responses as I share with you. And as we do, we get back in touch with those folks to let them know who, along with them, share similar interests so that they can now formulate those groups on an informal basis. So,
Great. Well, if you're interested in being a part of this, we'd love to hear from you. And looks like, Scott, they can just email you and you'll take it from there.
They can. So there is an email specifically designed for that purpose, and it is sharedinterest@millingtonbaptist.org.
Great. That's awesome. Thanks, Scott, for the information and for the tour. And I'll just mention one more thing before we wrap up today. If you guys are interested in our Marriage on the Rock group, that is coming up soon and the registration is coming to a close. So make sure that you register if you're interested in being part of this small group. If you're a married couple, we'd love to invite you to be a part of it. Starts September 13th on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. It's going to be a great group, but it is limited, so register now. I know that you'll be blessed by that. Hey, thanks for being with us today, Scott. Good to see you, and thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you on our next edition of The Weekly. Have a great week, guys. God bless you.
Thanks for having me.